Alright, what's up, you guys? I'm here with the SummerSlam 1993 review. Yay. This is one of those ones I didn't want to review. But here we go. New generation era, right after WrestleMania 9, which was a complete and utter disaster in every way possible. And, yeah, not a great time, but we're not quite into the time period of the new generation era where it's like complete shit. We're not there yet. But the company was really being built around the future. Younger talent. Hulk Hogan, nowhere to be found on this card. Originally, this would have been really cool. It was meant to be Bret Hart versus Hulk Hogan for the WWF Championship, which was pretty much planned at WrestleMania that year. But we never got that. But we do have Barry Horowitz in action in a dark match against Owen Hart. Can never complain about that. And then we have Razor Ramon and Ted DiBiase in a singles match. This had 10 matches on the main card. So a lot of just kind of short, I don't want to say meaningless matches, but very average, not very memorable matches. This is an example. We had the Steiner brothers defeating the Heavenly Bodies, which were being borrowed from Jim Cornette from Smoky Mountain. And obviously they didn't go over. There's someone else's talent. They're not going to take the titles over to Smoky Mountain Wrestling. So we had the Steiner brothers going over there. And then we had Shawn Michaels versus Mr. Perfect for the Intercontinental Championship. This went, the finish was a count out. But I feel like, first of all, Mr. Perfect and Shawn Michaels, that should be a classic. And it just really wasn't. And not just for the finish. I feel like, you had 91 Bret Hart and Mr. Perfect. 92, you had the main event, Bret Hart and British Bulldog. And then here we just kind of have a not so high caliber Intercontinental Championship match. We had a history of SummerSlam having really historic Intercontinental Championship matches. And then this one just kind of falls flat a little bit. And then we had IRS defeating 1-2-3 Kid in a singles match. We had Bret Hart defeating Doink the fucking Clown, who, to me, I love Doink the Clown. The Matt Bourne version. Who doesn't like Doink the Clown? Honestly. I think he is one of the all-time great, I don't want to say, kind of just campy heel characters. Now, when he turned babyface, that's when, just kind of goes downhill a bit. But as a heel, I love Doink the Clown. And this was at the time when you had Jerry Lawler. He was very involved with storylines at this time, which it is what it is. I prefer a Memphis wrestling Jerry Lawler, personally. But, yeah. So, yeah, Bret Hart kind of having the curse of, you have Doink the Clown here, which isn't like a curse, but I feel like Bret Hart just, once again, just kind of having a throwaway match. He faced, a few SummerSlams later, he faced Isaac Yankem. So, yeah, just kind of strange booking here. And then we had Jerry Lawler defeating Bret Hart by disqualification. So, yeah, kind of double booking there. Ludwig Borga defeating Marty Jannetty. That's a 5-star classic right there. Yeah, let me just phrase that one more time for you. Ludwig Borga versus Marty Jannetty. Next up, we have The Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez in a Rest in Peace match. This match can go fuck itself. Undertaker, I've always said this. Some people might agree or disagree. I've never seen a wrestler have so many absolutely phenomenal matches and so many bad matches at the same time as The Undertaker. WrestleMania 9, being one. Yeah, but here, he faced a lot of just shit talent in the 90s. He really did. Like I said, Undertaker's had some of the best matches I've ever seen. And then there's times where he just has just absolute stinkers. Like, almost like more than any other talent. And that was never his fault. I give him credit for the fact that he can carry these guys as much as he can and try to make a good match out of them without bitching and complaining. I wouldn't want to have a match with Giant Gonzalez in a Rest in Peace match. Are you fucking kidding me? God damn. Okay, and then we had the Smoking Guns and Tatanka defeating Bam Bam Bigelow and the Head Shrinkers. So, yeah, kind of a throwaway six-man tag match, to be honest. Like I said, this card really just didn't do it for me. And realistically, this kind of feels like one of the few SummerSlams that doesn't have an iconic, or like something that people remember it for. It's like 88, you have the Mega Powers. You have 92, Intercontinental Main Event. 96, Vader and Shawn Michaels, for better or worse. 91, you have the match made in heaven. What's 93 have? Really nothing to remember it for, and just something iconic. Even every WrestleMania has something it's known for. And the main event really doesn't help that here. We have Lex Express himself, Lex Luger, versus Yokozuna. And this ends by countout. And this is a singles match for the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. So, yeah, this happened. This is nowhere near as good as the WrestleMania 10 match. This just, I don't know. You have the China versus America rivalry, which just didn't work for me. You have just Lex Luger. To me, he was never the guy. Never once do I watch him and say, he could have been the guy. I don't. He was never the next Hulk Hogan to me. And that's frustrating. At least they didn't Roman Reigns him and basically just push him down your throats regardless. I will give him credit for that. But Lex Luger, I give him credit. I don't hate the guy. I just never thought he was as big as they tried to make him. And I don't know. Just feels like a waste. I much rather would have seen Bret Hart versus Hulk Hogan, with Bret Hart going over like originally planned. This is just a disappointing pay-per-view, and I mean, if you look at the card, honestly, it's not that disappointing, because what are your expectations really going to be in the first place? But when it comes to a letter grade, I'm going to give this show a D. You have some positives, not many, but some. It's not a trash heap of a show. It's just, to me, one of the weaker SummerSlams of all time. So let me know your thoughts down below. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been the DVD Freak. Peace out.